Hey, everybody, welcome to the show, Mondays over Fridays. This is your host, Aaron, a.k.a. Big Angry, a.k.a. Did I say the Velvet Teddy Bear last week? That's all right. Hey, we got a lot of good stuff lined up for you this week. Let me introduce you to the panel, the greatest panel that you're going to find out here on any social media sites, podcasts, my boys, my friends. Number one, we got my man Dre in the house. What's up, boy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is, baby.
We got my man DJ.
Hey, what's going on, folks? Ooh, ooh.
And then we got my man Nick D. What's the D for today, Nick?
Doing it always in Dick.
Did you mean?
Well, you called me Nick Dick, so I was like, okay, I was trying to keep going.
So he's just gonna start the show off catching me off guard already. That's all good though, bro.
He ain't gonna let that slide, bro. He's
Nah,
gonna edge you all the way up.
It's all good,
I just
man.
like to keep it on your feet, man. Keep you on your toes.
Hey, for those that you don't, for those that don't know, we don't talk to each other very much during the week. Every once in a while we do. Every once in a while we don't. We take a lot of notes. We get together on a Tuesday and put together the show. But I want to know how y'all week's doing. How y'all week this week? How's everybody going?
Man, look, I'm sore, dude. We went out to see. I'm in Texas, y'all. So we went out to Enchanted Rock, and dude, have you been out there, Aaron? Why you here?
I drove past it, and I think that's the most deer-infested place on the fucking planet. Yeah.
Hey, good eating. Yeah, we went up there, man. We went up to the peak, and it was me, my son, my daughter, my wife, and we got about halfway up, and my son and my wife tapped out.
Ooh. You gonna say that on the air? You gonna pay for it. You gonna pay for it.
Yeah, she did her thing though, man. Like real talk. Me and my daughter just went ahead and went up there, man. Because it's like I came too far. I got to get to the top, So we did that yesterday. It was great bonding time for the family and stuff, man. We needed something like that. We've been cooped up in the house with all this BS going on out here.
That's dope, man. Yeah, that's dope. We kind of did something similar. We went up to Sedona this week, and I took a friend of mine who lives here, and he didn't get a chance. They don't get a chance to move around too much because he's busy with work. But we took the kids up there, and the kids experienced something. They experienced whitewater rafting, not rafting, rapids. They experienced big giant red rock mountains and just being out in nature, man. So it was real cool to get out and have fun with his family. My family was in town, and they were just chilling with their other side of the family. So it was a cool weekend, man. We had a good time. What's going on in KC for y'all, fellas?
Oh man, with me, it's a long week, man. The wife had surgery on Wednesday. Everything's cool though, man. She's blessed. Come to find out, my mom's she in the hospital, man, getting double checked, man, for the little lung cancer, man. She had to go back just to get, you know what I'm saying, another biopsy. Yeah, to make sure it wasn't coming back, man. And she ended up start hurting, man, for 2 days. Then they admitted her. Then all weekend baseball, man. I got to do it all, baby.
Yeah, busy man. Sound like Sammy Davis Jr., man, the busiest man on the planet. Or is that Michael Jackson? One of them two. But hey, we'll keep your mom and your wife in our thoughts and our prayers, buddy. What's going on with you, Nick? Nick D, what's happening, boy?
Oh man, just living, dude. I tried to ride every day. I didn't ride when it rained. I got about 3 miles in every day. Did a little bit of walking. Quit my job.
But he didn't tell nobody he quit though. He just didn't show up though. He didn't tell nobody.
No, I sent an email. I sent a professional email.
Okay, who wrote the
text message, man?
Who wrote the email?
I did, man. I did it talk through text.
Dude, I want to know it word.
2 words.
What did you say?
I quit.
I'm out of this bitch.
He's never getting another job.
Nah, man. No.
Ever again. Dude, you can't just do this on air because everybody's going to see this.
I don't care. You know what? It was affecting my mental health, and I wasn't. So, we had talked about this a few times before about when you get older, you have to change, your body changes, and the things that you do that mentally make you happy change as well. So the things that mentally make me happy and like my recharge to reset every day, I wasn't being able to do them, man. So it wasn't working for me, man. And I don't like getting up at like 3:30 in the morning, dude. That's just not me. And, you know, they keep moving stuff around at work. And I told them, you know, I'm kind of over it. And it is what it is, man. I got a few interviews already lined up. I got one for tomorrow. I got another one on Tuesday. So, you know, I'm blessed. And of course, you know, I'm going to umpire too a little bit, get some bread.
Well, that's good. And that's that's the main focus of Mondays over Fridays. A lot of people sit up and live for the Friday, the weekend. They just can't wait to get rid of everything. But you know what? You got to live every single day. And for me, it starts from Monday. If I don't wake up on a Monday and put myself in charge of my week is detrimental. So people got to understand that weekend is just for you to relax, but you still got a whole lot of life to live Monday through Friday. So that's the reason that I wanted to start this podcast, because I don't think that you should just have to turn up on a Friday. Why not turn up on a Monday? Turn up on a Monday and make your week great. And if your week's not great, you've already planned for it. Like you just said, you quit your job, and guess what? You already got things lined up. Your wife went through surgery, and your mama's going through some things, man. And we can pray about it. We can talk about it. We can have discussions about it. But you know what? Mondays are the greatest day of the week for me, man. I get excited about waking up on Mondays. I don't want to just get turned up on a Friday, man. I want to live every single day like it is a Friday. Yes, but sir. I do it on a Monday anyway. So, hey, we want to thank you guys for joining us. Welcome to Mondays Over Fridays. We got a lot of good stuff going on in the show. Hey, fellas, thank you for sharing what's going on with you. And we got to get a chance to catch up with you a lot, unless we were going through text. One of the main topics that I wanted to, well, not the main topic, one of the topics that I wanted to talk about is continuance of last week. We talked about the NFL players dropping out and taking their time to say, hey, I want to take care of my health. A lot of players are opting out of their contracts this year. And for me, when it comes to, you want your charger? Here's your charger. It's okay. We're on the show. It's live. We're fine. She wants a charger. A lot of players are dropping out because they want to preserve their health. I understand that. Now, I have my opinions on certain things. I have my opinions on COVID-19, how the NFL, how schools, how the world is handling this COVID-19 thing. Now, when it comes to football, which is my favorite sport, second favorite sport next to track and field, how the owners, how the players are handling this. I think two things. Is the team taking my best interest at heart as a player? Am I going to get paid? And then number three, how does this affect the rest of the league, rest of the players, rest of sports in general? Because the moneymaker, the most attention-getting sport out there right now is what? Football. And how usually the NFL moves, the league moves. NHL being the last because they kind of got a little bit of conservative thinking. But how the NFL moves, the rest of the sports world moves, including soccer. How do these players opting out affect the rest of sports? How do these players opting out affect the rest of the National Football League? I'll let you guys have the floor. Go. Who's up?
Well, I mean, dude, it's kind of, you could look at it one of two ways. Me, I'm one of those guys that I enjoy the preseason. I know a lot of people don't, and I know superstars don't. But the thing is a few of you guys have been there and you've known people that, you know, that's the time you get to see some of your friends that made it. You know, I remember when Demetrius was playing for the Chiefs, dude. I mean, we kind of knew he wasn't going to make the team. He was going to make the practice squad and all that. But that was my time to get to see one of my friends play, which is kind of cool. So I think it gives more people opportunities for those guys that are no-namers that went to smaller schools that are going to get their opportunity to shine. So for that aspect, I dig. And then, I mean, it's going to hurt because some of the superstars are gone, though. I mean, what do you think, D?
Man, people gonna do what they gonna do, man. I mean, people gonna be selfish about themselves. If they feel like they're gonna get somebody in their family sick, they ain't gonna put themselves out there to do that. Like Damon Williams for the Chiefs, he opted out. His mama got stage 4 cancer, which totally understand that.
You see, I didn't know that. So that makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
And I think we got to put those things in consideration when players do that stuff. Like we talked about D Tarneef for the Chiefs.
Hey man, the doctor.
The doctor.
Yeah.
He said that aggressive, like, hey, you
Yeah.
Hey,
we ain't gonna mess that name up
Stop
no more,
butchering
yo.
the doctor.
Yeah.
So when he
number
did it,
76.
Right.
number 70. Now I understand that he has to deal with is he out there actually dealing with patients? I know he was traveling around the country doing some stuff. So he's dealing with patients. So that makes more sense to me. And you saying that about Damian Williams, dang, mama got stage 4 cancer, like Herman Cain had stage 4 cancer when he went to the Trump rally, but that's another story.
Man.
That's all right.
I know. I just slid that in there. Nothing against Herman Cain, man. I thought that dude was a great ambassador for our country, but it goes to show you that I think this thing is serious, and we really need to pay attention to it. Now, I have my personal beliefs on this thing.
Yeah.
But go ahead, DJ. Continue.
But I was just gonna say, man, that I think that they are, man. This is a business, man. All these dudes, like we watching the baseball game, and all these dudes that's out here with these uniforms on, that's that team's business. They invest all this money in these dudes. They want them to be healthy, man. They want everybody in the building to be healthy. They want to be able to make money. Because if these cats ain't out here, if they ain't playing no sports, no baseball, no football, no basketball, hey man, them upper dudes ain't making no money either.
Right. So that goes into play is how is this going to affect advertising? Because that's where money comes in. How is it going to affect advertising? Advertising is
going to boom. Everybody gonna be at home watching. Hey, Channel 4 gonna be through the roof with ratings. It's gonna be so many commercials that's gonna be wanting to be put on.
What are they gonna be? What are they gonna be watching if ain't nobody playing? If everybody's sick everybody opting out?
If they keep everybody from the stadiums,
okay,
to try to keep everybody safe or what you have. The advertisement is gonna be there. That ain't gonna ever be a problem,
dude. I didn't even think about that avenue. Think about this. How many players how many fans do the average stadium have in there, and how does that affect purchasing power when it comes to advertising on TV? I didn't even think about that avenue when it comes to everybody staying home and then everybody's watching. Now they want to go buy NFL.com, NBA.com. I didn't even think about that aspect of it. Maybe they might be winning in this thing because everybody is so hell. My kids got to go to school this week online. Think about how big Amazon is, and think about how big sports would be when you're advertising to all those folks that normally be at the stadium. They're at home watching.
And they've already thought about this stuff, man. I mean, the marketing guys, at these different in the different leagues, they've already thought about this stuff, man. You have, I saw a commercial the other day, and you guys probably saw it too. I think it is American Express. They're having so if your player gets traded from his team, you can send that jersey in and they'll give you the new jersey, like little things like that, man. They're catering to this and they're preparing for this boom in the advertising and they're going to take advantage of that, man. These guys, they have all these fancy marketing degrees for a reason, right? So they're anticipating all this stuff that we're talking about right now, and they're preparing it. And so I believe you, man. I'm with you, DJ. Purchasing power is going to go through the roof right now.
I mean, if you guys think about it, dude, this whole thing that's gone down with COVID and all that, Amazon's already winning, dog. Amazon's been, their stock's through the roof. You think I've seen more commercials about ordering groceries on Amazon than I've ever seen in my life. And like you guys said, it's kind of crappy because fans aren't there. How are you going to get your brand out there? But to be honest with you, most of these big corporations like Nike, Adidas, Reebok, and all them, they don't need to advertise. They already know. And what's weird is everybody forgot, NFL, they switched their brand this year. Nike bought them out, and so did the NFL or the MLB. It used to be Majestic, and now it's Nike. So, they didn't advertise that they took over, just people that they just know.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When it comes to money, I think companies they're in a business to do what? Make money. When it comes to things like Black Lives Matter, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to COVID-19, I think like you said, they got a bunch of young folks out there who was gung-ho ready to get these positions in the company. And they're coming up with some crazy marketing ideas. Like when you go to the mall, you can smell Abercrombie and Fitch in the parking lot because they pumping out cologne and all kind of stuff in the thing. So they know what's going to draw you in. When you go to the Walmart, they put Snickers and candies and all that stuff at the line, in the front of the line, and chapstick because they know how to market to you. I think that even if even if we get to a point where they shut things down, they're going to keep us interested because that's one thing, like I said last week, it keeps us engaged. Tragedy in sports keeps us engaged. If there's not no sports, the reruns are going to keep us engaged. Okay. So, Dre, you're absolutely right. The marketing scheme of these companies are on point, and they're going to continue to make their money out of all these things. So, with these players dropping out, I don't think we're going to lose a lot of interest. My thing is, at what point, how many players per team do we get to where we say, let's scrap the season? And I think for me, the Major League Baseball is in trouble because we got a lot of teams with a lot of players that are coming down with COVID-19. So, what do you guys think about that with Major League Baseball? Can you guys hear me? Or what y'all giggling about?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. We over here just lightweight giggle mickle, that little giggle mickle over here.
I mean, if I ain't saying nothing right, y'all you straight. Boy. I felt like I'm that little stinky kid in the class y'all whispering about.
Nah, you straight. We over here trying to get these levels right. We straight.
Hey, while y'all doing that, man, let me pose this before we shift over to the MLB because there's a lot to unpack there. As far as these players in the NFL, I'm looking at 26 players right now. I'm pretty sure it's about 27 to 28 now, because there are a couple players from the Chiefs that are on this list. But I'm looking at this list right now, and we have 6 players from the Patriots alone. All the other teams they're averaging about 1 to 3. But we have 6 players from the Patriots, including
conspiracy.
Dante Hightower, Dan Vitale, running back Brandon Bolden, and then they have Marquise Lee and then Najee Torin.
Are they ballers? Starters?
Hightower. Yeah.
Also
Hightower.
McCourty. I think McCourty went. He
that's right.
Opted out too.
He did. Yeah. So that's.
And hey, Bolden played a little bit. I had him for about a week on my fantasy team. Just a week though.
So these are boys that are gonna get some TV time.
Oh yeah,
playtime.
Yeah.
So I think it's a conspiracy, dude. I mean, what better way to tank right now if you're the Patriots when Gronk left, when Brady left? I mean, seriously, think about it. They got a lot of people looking at them.
Is that a conspiracy to get Cam Newton to look bad? Is what you're thinking?
No.
Hey, man, Cam Newton's been doing that for himself just fine for about 3 years, dog.
I'm just saying. Come on, bro.
Hey, Belichick's a genius, man. He gonna find some type of way to cheat the system, man, and make it work for himself.
Yeah. Bill, see, look, one thing you can call Bill whatever you want to, but Bill is not a quitter, man. He's not gonna tank the season, bro. He'll find, like DJ said, he'll find a way to skirt around it, but he's still gonna play.
Yeah, he's find a way. Yeah, I dig him though. He cold. Yeah.
So here's my other question though.
Go ahead.
This whole Damian Williams thing. I think, man, he's. This is me just trying to think of something in my mind right now. We just drafted a running back in the first round, and he don't want to lose his carries or touches or whatever. And we know that he's gonna get a big portion of them because you don't just take somebody in the first round and go, oh, sorry, you're not playing. I think he kind of was lightweight, like butthurt about it, and threw his mom in there about, oh, hey, she got cancer or grandma or whatnot. I mean, what do you guys think? I hope that's not it.
I really think that whatever candy in your mouth you need to swallow because you just all juicy mouthed it right now talking about hey, just like swallow it up over there. I mean, good Lord,
he got water. He about to wash it down right now.
Yeah, hit that.
Nah, but for real though, man, I honestly think, man, his mama got stage 4 though. So if he's trying to be by his mom's side, man, he can't be, especially like my mom's in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
I can't go see her. She get one visitor a day, like for 24 hours. In the next 24 hours, like if I go up there for 1 hour, come home, she's alone. So if you're going to waste 24 hours. You're going to spend 24 hours with your moms.
Can I ask you a question, DJ?
Yes, sir.
How many of those doctors have seen somebody outside your mama?
Like, what you mean?
Like, how many doctors have visited your
Yeah.
mother in that room that have visited other people outside of that hospital, and then they tell us that we can't go visit our people? Does that sound odd to you?
I'm sure it's been maybe one or two, but it's been like 2 or 3 nurses in there. But as far as being in the hospital, working in the hospital, and everybody else coming from everywhere else,
Yeah.
I get it. I get it, man. Hey, if my mom's in there with some type of her little lung cancer, whatever,
Yeah.
man. Hey, man, make sure everybody clean before they come in there. Like, we kind of got mad at my uncle and auntie, man, because they went in the back way and did get checked out. They didn't get scanned. They didn't get nothing. They just slid up in there and hey, we here.
But we
So
also know how many people who have just slid up in there and work and they got checked out and things like that. So it's almost like a slippery slope when it comes to this COVID thing. It's like I said, I got my opinions on this thing.
I got my opinions on the COVID too, though, man.
I'm not gonna sit up and say this shit is fake, but
it's a real sickness.
a lot of people ain't taking this thing. Number one, I think a lot of people ain't taking it serious. Number two, we're not getting the information that when we need it, because situations like somebody just slipping on in from the back way and
how does that happen?
I'm your
How does that
nurse and
happen?
I go home, but I got a big family. I done went to a barbecue, but then I'm gonna go take care of patients and stuff. That stuff bothers me, man, because if you're dealing with an infectious disease that you say is one of the most dangerous diseases ever, and you're telling me that all I have to do is wear a mask when the people who deal with it in China and all that stuff are in full-blown hazmat suits, I'm a little skeptical of what's really going on, man. So
hey, but my mom's been in there almost 3 days, and she gets a COVID test every day.
yeah.
So they checking. She about tired of that though.
I know
I'm tired of these motherfuckers coming up in here sticking this shit up my nose.
I know she about to cuss any day now. And think about this. Think about this too. I think the NBA has tested all these superstar players more than what they do in our hospitals. Do you see how they quarantine these players in all these sports except for baseball? I don't know what the fuck baseball. I think they're just sitting up saying, it really don't exist. But the way they quarantine the basketball players, the announcers, the refs, like one thing I noticed with the Lakers game, the Clippers game the other day is some of the refs had on masks and some of them didn't. I didn't get that, but I dug how they quarantined everything off, and they had everybody like 6 feet apart and all that stuff. But I'm thinking, hell, I'm in an air conditioned arena. If I sneeze and go achoo, it's gonna travel over there to my boy that's 6 feet away on his microphone. It's gonna sit there too. And you know me, I be complaining about being close to my mic. You sneeze and then I go, I got that shit. But I do commend them for getting it, for quarantining the way they do. I don't think every other sports organization is doing that.
And they got that right, man. I mean, I know you posed the question earlier. How is what the NFL is doing? How is that going to affect the other sports? I don't think it's going to, because the NBA, like you said, they've gotten it right, man. I mean, I've been kind of looking at how they've set up their system over there in Orlando in the bubble, man. They've done everything they can. Dude, they even what my man Ernie said the other day. He said they dumped fish into the lake over there just so the players can have something to do. So when they go fishing, they'll actually catch some fish. Like they have done everything that they can to ensure that these players are safe, but not only that, to make sure that they are happy while they're there.
I wish a motherfucker would dump some shit out when I go fishing, so I can catch something, man. That's crazy.
That's not really fishing, though. They're just leaving them up there for them. It's no sport to it.
Yeah. Hey, man, listen, let me check this out. Hold on real quick. I don't mean to cut everybody off. I'm checking our body language. Are we talking about something too serious to where we ain't having no fun, man? Because I think that this is something that's really important, man. I really enjoyed watching sports for the first time, like live sports. That was so different that it was changed. It was like what's the NBA basketball game where like you on a street and they got the little boxes around you? That's what the NBA felt like. It was cool to hear you heard the skirt of the tennis shoes. You heard the fouls. I actually got to hear LeBron James really complained without the fans being involved. And I thought that was pretty cool. I watched MMA and I got to hear every punch. I got to hear blood smack. And I said, damn, this is a little bit different. So I don't think this is something somber. I think this is kind of, I mean, change is normal. I don't think that I'm going to just sit up and say that this is the new normal, but change is normal for us. And I think we got to embrace it and move on and things eventually get better. I mean, what do you got? What y'all think?
Man,
I mean, I'm good. I'm good with the change. I just, I think it's one of those hard pills to swallow. It really is. It's, you know, you get so used to doing something and being comfortable with, like, you know, I'll tell you the one thing I've done for the last, 8 years is probably go to the home opener, and this year not being able to do that and look forward to it.
First world problems. Oh,
yeah, but
right,
you know,
right.
but when it's something you look forward to doing. Okay, for instance, we was gonna go all watch the draft in Vegas. I mean, when
that
was the
wasn't
last?
cause. I mean, it was fucked
But
up before COVID.
No, yeah, well, yeah, no, that was self-inflicted, but
Yeah, that was messed up before.
it was a
COVID. Go
dumpster
ahead.
fire from the beginning.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
like, just in general though, like when was the last time we all got together and went and watched the draft?
We
not
did
never.
it.
Not
It's been a
never.
while, but we did it that night through social media, which made it. Which made
Yeah,
it cool,
but
so
I mean,
it was different.
Just these little things that you look forward to do. Like for me, instant. Like I've started traveling recently, you know, over the last few years, and the way I travel is by sports venues.
Yeah,
You think I'm gonna go waste my money? Say I'm not gonna go to San Francisco now. Go. Well, I say that because my girl wants to go to the wineries and all that.
Mhm.
Alcatraz, because she's history. I want to go to the Oakland Coliseum. I want to go to, you know, the A's
Hey, bro,
game.
that's not the only reason you going, and you know it.
Their French bread is so good.
he's going out there to themselves. It's
Uh-huh.
raining. Hallelujah.
You can
that
stop
Rick
with that
James?
right now.
I mean, don't be mad at me because I know the words.
Y'all missed it. He said it was that Rick James. He tried to say it's disco. Hey, and let's say this real quick. Hold on. He had a survey. He had a survey of about 8 white people, and
Oh,
asked,
stop right there.
he asked them, was Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Do me a favor, just Google it in your
Yes.
fucking phone.
Hey, he
and it
asked all of
pulls
them, was
up.
it disco? And they all said, yeah, that's disco music.
No, not
See, you
all
can
of them.
stop. You-
See,
hey,
there you
you
go
can
again.
listen to
And you
white
said all
folks.
white people like you know, like you were there. First of all, motherfucker, I was at Walmart, and those
I'm
people
saying.
aren't white. They're just fucking weird. I asked 10 people, and the only reason why I asked because there was this lady at Quick Trip, and she was listening. She was
That's a random chick.
100. I just went up to her. She's like, "Hey, guy," you know. I just went up and started talking to her. And if you Google that shit in your phone and it pulls up, that song that you guys were singing is labeled under disco.
Well,
That's-
it's
and
raining,
some-
man. It's
uh-huh.
100% disco, but that wasn't what we was.
No, that's 100%.
We were
gay.
talking about. We
What was the
all
song
came,
last week?
Golly, Easy Like Sunday Morning.
Brick
right?
House. No, it was Brick,
Brick
House.
House,
She's
Brick
a
House.
brick. Boom, boom,
No,
boom.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and that's pretty disco. Okay,
That's pretty disco.
I'm
That's funk.
Brick
Not
House?
disco.
funk
right.
and disco is like a fucking crapshoot away from being. It's the same thing.
No, it's
That's
not.
like saying, hey, first
it's
of all,
not.
that's like saying
No, it's not.
Too Short and Eazy-E, one is hip hop and one is rap. They're both
What?
rap. They're both rap. Okay.
No.
You could say, hey, what's your H-Town? Who sings that? Body Rockin' Knockin' Boots.
H-Town. You-
H-Town
H-Town.
Boys. Okay. That's like saying him and Brian McKnight sing the same kind of music.
They don't.
It's
No.
but it's R&B though.
I would
All
say
of
one,
it.
I would say one of his soul. I think Brian McKnight's a little bit more soulful.
Well, how you gonna say that, but then turn around and say that those two songs, funk and disco, are the same thing?
It came
You just contradicted
out in
yourself.
an era. No, it came out in an era of disco and all that.
That doesn't mean that this disco.
What the? Okay. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey,
If
I'm
I
just saying.
guarantee you,
Okay, just
if you ask regular people, let's just say, go all genres. 90% of the people would probably classify that as
Damn,
disco.
90?
90? That's
Yes.
kind of high.
Hey, man, I
Disco,
feel like
brick house as disco.
Okay,
you
hold
said
on.
90%.
And she's a brick. I'm
Dum,
burning
bum, bum.
out. No,
House. She's my thing.
I don't
Bro,
know. I don't
Funk and disco are pretty much the same fucking
Look,
shit.
let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. You know
Go for it.
what music genre came out of disco?
I'm assuming probably R&B.
No,
rap.
What?
house.
House.
House
Okay.
music.
So
Who
do
the
me a
fuck
favor. No,
listen to
fuck. Hold
house
on. No.
music?
Exactly. Hold on. Just
No, no,
type in on fucking
what I'm saying
iTunes
is- what I'm
house
saying
music.
is- no, Nick. What I'm saying is, does house sound anything like brick house?
Well, it has the word house.
Disco
in
is the
it, so, yeah.
predecessor of house music, bro.
What is house music?
I'm about to ask Alexa because she gonna get it right. I think we all confused.
Just
right
ask
now,
her. Yeah, dude, bro.
One thing
I
I know
feel like
for
I wanna
sure.
look it up,
One thing
too.
I
I
know
wanna
for
look
sure
it
is that brick house is not no damn disco.
Okay,
I
hold on,
guarantee you,
hold on.
more people would classify it as disco than.
We're gonna pause
house
and I'm gonna
music.
ask somebody who's unbiased. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. I hope her volume's up.
is it Alexa?
What genre is brick house? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Funk.
R&B.
R&B.
Hey, I was
Yeah,
right.
it came up
That's
as
what I told
funk
him.
R&B. Yeah,
It came up as what?
Shout out to funk
It came
and
out as
R&B.
funk and R&B.
Shout out to Alexa for fucking up the whole scene. She got it right. It said nothing about disco.
No, hold on. So
I
that
said
makes
people.
Wait. That
Okay.
makes me right and you wrong, homeboy, because I said funk.
You did. He did.
You
say
did
funk.
say funk. I didn't say you were wrong. I said most people.
Well,
That's
if
like
Alexa-
going up and
hey,
asking.
Hey, if Alexa,
Alexa-
says, hey, if Alexa gonna call him Clay, I'm gonna call him Clay.
Hey, I'm just gonna tell you this right now. You're being. Somebody is listening to you. The man is listening. Okay.
I love the man.
The
But yo,
man's
check
listening.
this out. Check this out. Hey, give me your final thoughts on players opting out of the National Football League this week and going forward. What are you guys' final thoughts? Sorry, I'm sniffling, man. The fan is on me.
You got fucking COVID.
That's
now.
that COVID.
You got
I'm
that
a-
Rona.
I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna have a microphone in my
He's
hand in the
also
bed.
got
In the
AIDS.
bed.
That's not all you had in the bed. All right, so NFL players opting out. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I don't really care because I think it's going to give more players from smaller colleges that didn't get the opportunity to play that still are ballers a chance to play. Also, I think more than likely with all these players opting out, I think rosters are going to be expanded as well. They're going to do the same thing that Major League did, the MLB. They
Can I
expanded from
interject?
25 to yeah.
Can I
Go for it.
interject? Is this going to be some of the things of? I know we had a during the lockout days where we had replacement things going on. Is it going to be the same type of situation?
I'm going to go with no, because they're not going to be replacement players. They're going to be actual players. And also that league that just folded, the AFL, what's that league that just folded where they had it in
Yeah,
XFL?
Billions, league.
the AFL, yeah. The AFL and the XFL, all those guys are going to get a little bit more opportunities to play too. And there's some people that, could be on a roster, not start, but could be on a roster and help a team. So I think it's going to be good for a lot of people. It sucks that, like I said, you're going to lose stars, but also it's an opportunity for people that wouldn't have this chance.
Right.
Johnny Manziel coming back, y'all. Tell
Nah,
him.
he said he's done, son.
I'll take him. I mean, I
He
would
said
take
he's
him.
done.
Hey, for real. Hey, these folks, they gonna do what they gonna do, man. Whatever's comfortable for them. Hey, we gotta sit back and throw our hands, man. Like, hey, do you? You know what I mean?
But as fans, man, we throw a lot of money from parking to grocery stores, going to get barbecue, to memorabilia, to apparel, buying tickets, buying stuff based off advertising. Hey, man, it's a business, and I get that. And as a fan, I want you guys to be healthy, but I also want you to fucking play football. You know the risks of going out there. You could die at any time playing the game, right? Now, why in the hell does the narrative change because we have something? This is my personal opinion. Don't get mad at me. There's something like the flu that 99%, 99.9.6 of people survive, why can't you get your ass out there and play football? And this is my final thought on this. I understand that there are certain situations where you're a doctor or your mom may have a situation where she's sick and you can't play. But I think that's a gateway to this, where you say that I got this contract and all I got to do is show up for OTAs or one practice, or rookie's got to show up, and then that contract is solidified. Now I'm getting paid. Then I'm going to say, yeah, this COVID-19 is scary, dog. I'm out. You got that money. You took our money and ran. I think you should play football. That's me. I think you. And here's the deal with everything that's going on in the league that's going to cause innovation. Can we change the type of helmets? Like they changed masks. We got masks with the vents on it and things like that that can filter out all that stuff. Why can't they do those things when it comes to being on the field? Why can't they come up with some kind of technology? Under Armour has come up with some things. Nike has come up with some things to help protect the players. The NBA has done the most phenomenal job of protecting players. And they have the lowest amount of players, I guess, but they've done a phenomenal job of keeping the players protected versus everybody else in the league. And that's just my final thought on it, man. So it is what it is. I'm just glad sports is back. And if they fuck around and not be back or cancel the season in the middle, I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm going to watch marbles and be done with it because
marbles, man.
I'm going to go back to marbles because humans fuck up everything.
I mean, you
We
keep
screw up
saying
everything.
marbles, man. Like,
Because
do they build like the game Mousetrap? Like
No.
you put a marble and it goes through, or you flick them and then they knocked another marble out the circle.
They actually put you ever watch BMX where they put the bikes like this and then they go boop and then they run off? It's the same concept. And here's the deal with that.
It's a race with marbles.
It's dog.
It's
YouTube.
dope to you. You like that?
Ain't nothing else on what I'm supposed to what else am I supposed to watch?
Yeah, we get desperate, bro. We get desperate.
I got that blue and red marble, y'all.
Dude,
That's
I'm an
me.
athlete. I love competition. And if I don't have competition, I don't want to see reruns. I like seeing sports reruns, but hey man,
Dude, we would sit out in the
marbles is
backyard.
Dog,
Sit out in the
seriously
backyard
though.
and watch two squirrels fight, bro.
he don't understand. You know,
I'll watch
I mean,
that. I'll watch that.
Okay, let me put it in terms you understand, DJ. Let's put two sausages on there. Let's see which one's gonna get done faster. I think that one right there is gonna get
Hey, but here's the
Feel
thing
me?
though. Hey,
Feel me?
if
I
the
like
sau-
that,
the
though.
first no, hold on. Let me play devil's advocate though. That first sausage is really the loser because it's getting 8. It's gone. I'm gonna eat that shit as soon as it's ready.
That's the test
so he
sausage.
ain't really winning.
That's the test sausage.
This guy.
Hey man, you could do way more things with your time besides watching marbles, dog. Like there's a ton.
Hey.
You could watch Yellowstone.
Y'all ever seen that
This dude-
commercial?
Love
Y'all ever
on
seen that
it.
commercial? Anything is sport. Y'all remember that
Yeah,
back in the day?
yeah.
Anything is sport. Anything is sport, man. Me and my kids have a competition to be like, listen, if you don't make it to the car before I pull off, I'm just gonna drive to your school and act like I drove you off, but I won.
So hold on, how come you give me so much crap for being so competitive about everything? Then
Oh shit. We're not talking about the
Yeah.
Pro Bowl, Nick. Leave that last week.
no,
Last
no,
week.
I'm talking about everything. Like you're like, dude, it's not. It doesn't have to be a competition. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is. though.
I sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger now. Competition.
Oh, that wasn't even Arnold. I can do Arnold.
Anyway, we
wasn't
gave
him.
our
Hey, yeah, no, let me throw something in here, man, because I know you
Go
asked
ahead.
games. That Lakers Clippers game, man. I don't care what y'all say. The boys came to play. Okay. And as far as it being, like we said, we're not gonna say the new normal, but as far as that being the temporary normal for us, I really couldn't tell, man. That game was good to me. Like as far as the crowd cheering and all that. Look, I'm not there. I don't care about the crowd.
Right.
But the fact that these men were so competitive out there and they were balling, man, they came out there balling. That's what I want to see, man. And so I was very happy with the NBA start, the restart.
Yeah. Sports are back, fellas, and that's the most important thing to me. I get a chance to get out of the house. Look, my boy running around in the background. He over here showing his bad haircut. I ain't got no shave, but sports are back and we having a good time, man. So let's jump to the next topic, man. We got something that me and Nick kind of got heated about last week, man. And this is something that's
Don't use the words heated because I wasn't mad.
okay. listen.
Passionate. Let's say passionate because we both had very good views.
Okay, spell it.
What?
Exactly.
Spell what?
Passionate.
Oh, dog.
Okay.
T9. I don't need to know how to spell. I just know how to say it and I know what it means.
I got you. I'm just fucking
Google
with you.
do help out with all that.
But listen though, we got a lot going on when it comes to inner city killings. We got a lot going on when it comes to let's just say it, crime. We got a lot going on when we talk about politics, and we're talking about Trump sending the secret police to our cities and things like that. I'm going to give you my 1 minute monologue. If y'all can just give me a second. It's not going to be a monologue. I'm going to be bitching. So I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I come from a city, Kansas City, that's a place where I've never experienced the let me bump your shoulder, then we're going to fight, then you shoot me type stuff. Because I know how to conduct myself accordingly. Now, I'm not saying that I'm immune to the shit that goes on in these cities, but I've experienced the night of the club, you spill my beer, you step on my new tennis shoes, you say something at the stoplight, the next thing you know, it turns to gunplay. What the fuck is going on in all these cities, Milwaukee, Kansas City, Chicago, LA, Seattle, New York, places in Florida, Dallas, Minneapolis, where we don't have enough sense to honor human life anymore. I'm speaking more of a Chicago type thing because something came up today where a friend of mine's, niece was killed. A couple weeks ago, we had Legend in Kansas City that was shot and killed while he's sitting in his home. I saw a video today from Chicago where somebody went to, they don't call it a bodega, they call it something else in Chicago. But anyway, somebody was walking into a place. He was a football player for Buffalo. Bumped into a guy that got to wrestling, and the next thing you know, somebody pulled out a gun and shot him. How the fuck do we get to the point where we don't have a conversation no more? We don't have an argument no more. We go to straight gunplay. And then when your local mayor, city council, police department can't handle the crime, where are we in this world when it comes to, I'm asking a lot of questions because this is big for me, snitching. Is that still part of the play where we no snitching? We should be beyond these type of things. And when Trump sends his secret police, I think we should be, regardless of how you feel about Trump, grateful that somebody's doing something in these. Let me hold my opinion on as far as who's running it. Something should be done in these cities. What do you guys think about this when it comes to inner city killings, when it comes to crime, period? I ain't saying black and white, black on black, whatever. Crime, period. Go.
I think a lot of this has to do with the calls to defund the police, man. If you look at these major cities that this is happening to, we'll take Chicago out because it's been a problem, right? This isn't anything new. But you got Seattle, Minneapolis, New York, LA. These are all cities with major calls to defund the police. And so I think a part of that is the police are backing off a little bit, man. Because they hey, look, you guys want to defund us? Okay, we'll show you. Right now. And I can't even say that I'm mad at them for that, man. Because, where I stand with it, a lot of people, they feel like they got to be on one side or the other. Right?
Can you dive into defunding the police? Because I don't know what your opinion is on it, but I know what my research is on defunding the police is.
I'm still doing the research before I can give you a definitive answer on that. I'll say at the moment, I am not opposed to defunding the police to a degree, right? I think that they misnamed that, right? I don't think it should be called defund the police because that's actually not what it's supposed to do. It's actually what they're doing is they're taking some of that money that the police are using to militarize themselves.
Reappropriate.
Right. Yeah. They're reappropriating it. So it should be called that. I don't know who came up with defund. That's a stupid ass name for that because they're not defunding the police. I mean, but when you look at New York, LA, these guys they're receiving annual money in the billions, man. Some countries' military don't even get the kind of money that they're getting. I think Philly was getting like 1.3 billion or something like that a year. I mean, come on, guys, really. And I was having a discussion with a friend of mine. She's married to a police officer. And she was all up in arms about it. And so I was trying to explain to her, they're not trying to take police away. They're just trying to reallocate that money. And it's like, why do they need tanks to go up against people in the streets? That most of the people in the streets are going to have is maybe an AK-47, man. I mean, come on.
Seattle and Minneapolis. Those are two cities that I've seen that really want to actually take away police.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very stupid
and
idea.
That's because they're weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
explain on being weird. Let's talk. Dive into
people. We've talked about. I've made this very clear. The people when you are raised in the West Coast are there's more serial killers and people just doing weird shit, abducting people, pulling skin off. That goes on in the West Coast. It's crazy. But like when we talk about defunding the police, I think what really needs to happen is educate. I think they need to be. I think the money they're using to buy all these tanks, they should bring people in to teach them how to protect themselves without killing people. That should be the last option. Like,
to kill somebody. You talking about police?
To kill somebody. Yeah, like for anybody. Like
I'll
tell you what's wrong. Everybody's like, oh, it's the police. It's also, we need to point the fingers at parents for how you raise your children. I mean,
Amen.
It starts at home, dude. Like if you're gonna raise somebody and they're gonna be, if you disrespect your parents, you don't give a fuck about the police. Who are the police?
Right.
For anybody. I'll tell you what, you know who needs more money? Teachers, dude. Let one of these little motherfuckers talk to me like this at school. I'll never be a teacher ever again.
Yeah, well, we're gonna say you're not teacher material. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna reject that application now,
dude. Like
you're not gonna.
I hear stories, and you see these kids with their phones at school recording how they're treating teachers. Hey, man, if my dad was still alive, do you know what would happen to me if I talked like that to one of my teachers? Or fuck it, just a stranger down the street.
Yeah.
Well, hey, bro, he would have lit me up.
Let me put this in there, Nick, because I happen to be a teacher. So I had this discussion with a guy on was it Facebook the other day, and we got into the whole police brutality thing, and his argument was, well, these kids need to learn how to be respectful. I said, okay, well, let me put it into this context. I'm a coach. DJ, you're a coach. Aaron, you're a coach. We're all coaches. One of my kids on the football team, right? I'm responsible to teach this man the game of football, game of basketball, whatever sport it is. But our secondary job or our secondary role is to assist the parents in teaching these men how to build character, right?
Yep, 100.
So I can agree.
Since I'm in an authoritarian position, or a position of authority, I should say, if this kid decides to mouth off at me, right, because I'm in a position of authority, I get to smack him in his mouth, right? Your son, I get to smack your son in the mouth? Because that's essentially what he's saying. He's saying
if you were asking me, that would be a yes.
Yeah, mine 100%.
Well,
my kid, he better get it all out, right? He better take it all out on you, because when that kid comes home, dude, you're going to have to call the police. You're going to have to call the military. You're going to have to call the fucking SWAT team, because I'm about to beat his fucking ass. And I have every right to do it because I didn't raise nobody like that. And I don't talk to him like that. I expect the same respect. And that's part of the issue is like, coaching, it's not your job to be a parent, but it is your job to teach them respect and how to be a men and adults. But there's a certain point where you do have to point fingers at parents, because this is how one of the other questions came about the other day when I was talking to Aaron, and I think DJ came in a little bit later, is we have 15, 14-year-old babies having babies that have no idea about life and how to raise a fucking child. That's a big issue. Like, that's a problem.
Is that a big, when we say things, when we come to parenting issues, a lot of times I hear people say things, and I'll give an example of Facebook where people say, where were the parents, or why weren't the parents involved? Hey man, when I was growing up and I sniffed some ass, I didn't care what my mama thought. I was going to get what I wanted. You feel what I'm saying? It's not about your teaching. Is we can be taught under the sun. I grew up in a religious household, Christian household, and I knew the sin was sin. But when she threw it at me, I was like baseball, pitch and catch. You throw it, I'm going to catch that stuff. So my point is, it's not always as catch, pitch, and pitching catch, throwing darts where it's like a straight line. Kids are going to be rebellious in the things that they do. And it doesn't matter how good of a teacher you are as a parent. We got some preachers' kids out here that act a damn fool. It's personal responsibility, right? Only thing you can do with your kids is lead and be an example.
There you go, right there. That's the issue right there, though. We're having a lot of do as I say, not as I do.
Not as I do.
Right. And then also, like what you just said, man, I think we can all attest to the whole PK deal, right? Little girl, man, I can't tell you how many times I done had a little bit of fun with a PK, right? Back in my BC days, right? But the fact of the matter is they're so strict with them, right?
Just kids have more fun.
Right. They're so shielded from the world that when they get out there, they bust out, right? So there has to be a fine line, but there has to be that example, man. You can't just tell them what to do. You got to show them what to do.
Hey, for real, getting back to these killings, man, a lot of these kids have no respect. They have nothing to do as far as sports and like community centers, things to occupy their time, man. So they feel like that's all they have is their boys, and that's it. That's their family.
You know what? I feel exactly what you're saying. I feel what you're saying, but who are those people to steer them that direction? Number one, I have a group called the I don't have a group. They have a group called the NAFC, which is the not fucking around coalition. Those are the guys who are out there marching around in Atlanta and Tennessee with the guns and things like that. And my question is this: why aren't those saying when the white supremacists come out and they do their thing, and the KKK said we're gonna kill black people and this, that, and the other? Why aren't we marching in the neighborhoods when it comes to us killing us? Now, the narrative is black folks kill black people and white folks don't.
That's one of my points too, man. I agree with what you're saying right there. That's one of my points too.
Why ain't we marching in those neighborhoods talking to these boys? Because I've seen the clips of Vice where they have gang wars from years and years ago, or I can't go down this street. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all fellas, I grew up in Kansas City, a place where you can get fucked up on any corner. Don't matter what corner it is in the city. You got your good parts, your bad parts, but any part of the city, something can happen. But Chicago, they got areas where where I can't go walk down the street because they know me and I know them, and you could die. Who's marching in those cities right there and saying, hey, young man, this is whatever beef you got, just understand this. We're the same. And that person is the same, the person that you want to kill. Why aren't we marching out there with guns doing that type of shit? And that's what pisses me off when it comes to, get mad if you want to, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, all of us pitching and moaning and marching. Marching ain't never done nothing for people. And marching ain't never done anything for these inner cities when you have politicians who really don't give a shit about you. They give a shit about you 6 months, 8 months, maybe a year before voting, and then they don't have shit else to do with you. So I'm really passionate about getting out there, talking in our communities, and figuring out what the fuck is going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I also, to add on to that, dude, like I'm a black and white kind of guy. I don't really think outside of the box that much. I walk a straight line. I don't give a fuck what corner it is. You can come holler at me if you want to. I ain't looking for trouble. I don't want no trouble. There's a thing. People know what's right and wrong, period.
They should.
Yeah. I mean, that's just, I have very low tolerance and acceptance for
bullshit.
Yeah. And I feel like that we're giving so many chances and excuses like, oh, well, he grew up in a broken home. And I'll be honest with you, dude, if you grew up in a broken home, you should see what not to do because it don't work. Like, and it's easier said than done. So don't quote me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if your dad beat your ass all the time and beat your mom, when you get a girl, that doesn't mean beat her. You saw what your mom went through and all that pain. I don't understand why you're not learning from the mistakes that you're around too as well. And I get that you had a really messed up childhood and all this, but like, there comes a certain point where you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I fucked up. I did this. There's no accountability. Like,
None.
I mean, it's hard for me. Like when these kids go join these gangs, they know what they're doing. You know?
Man, dude. Let me speak on this because you just touched it, man. There was a question posed about fatherlessness, right? And I believe it was something like out of the 4 big races, whites, Hispanics, Asians, and blacks, we had 37% fatherlessness in our country. So my question
is that it total like all races or just a race?
No, they had it broken down into percentages by race.
Okay,
that's the highest.
That black folks did?
Yeah, we had the highest percentage.
37?
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So my question was, if it's that high, then chances are that most of us know somebody who is being a deadbeat dad, right? Yeah, so what are we doing to hold them accountable? Because the baby mama obviously doesn't mean anything to him. So her, talking to him, that's not going to do anything, right? Because he don't care, obviously.
So now we diving into something deeper because, listen, Dre, there is a such thing as deadbeat dads. At one point, I was a deadbeat dad because I did some deadbeat shit. But there are also deadbeat mamas out here, so we got to act like that they part of this shit system too.
Well, yeah, okay, exactly. I mean, it goes both ways, man. I say, look, I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, you did it. I'm speaking specifically to the fathers right now, to the men right now, right? Because we know they just as raggedy. But I am saying, and it can go both ways. But if we know somebody who is in that position, what are we doing to first understand where they're at, right? Because not all guys that appear to be deadbeat, not all of them are deadbeat. Some of them are actually trying, or some of them maybe just don't know what to do, right? So what are we doing as men to talk to these dudes, to try to get some understanding as to where they are, help them if they need the help, or if they don't, dude, hold them accountable. Like I know I've lost a couple friends because they didn't take care of their kids, man. I wasn't gonna be hanging around no dudes that wasn't doing this willingly, not gonna take care of their kids.
I'm gonna let y'all talk, but I'm gonna come at the aspect of a y'all ever heard the book Confessions of a Video Vixen? I'm gonna give y'all the confessions of a former deadbeat. So y'all, I'm gonna let y'all talk about that.
So what? You're not super dead. You're not superhead. You super dead.
Yeah, I am a human being, and everybody's circumstances is different.
Well, that's exactly why I said, we got to come to them with understanding, right? Try to find out what's going on with them, and if it is in fact the case, they just out here getting booty, right, and not taking care of the kids, then we got to hold them accountable, man.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you guys think? What y'all think down there, fellas?
Man, that's a slippery slope, man. Because it can go, like Aaron's saying, it can go either way, man. Because there's some deadbeat mamas, man, that do deadbeat stuff to these dads that make them become deadbeat dads.
Yeah,
I mean, you can give the world, but the mama gonna want more. But she don't work. She try to work the system as she can. It just, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into it, man. Like
go ahead and get into it. That's why we're doing this podcast.
I'm just cracking the top, man. I'm just cracking the top.
Nah, fuck that. Break the egg. Go. Break the egg.
I've been lucky. You know what I mean? So I only got one baby mama. She at home telling me what to do right now, and I ain't even there. You know what I'm saying?
Is that why you kept picking up your phone?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know what I'm saying? What's up, babe? What you want me to do? I'll do whatever you want me to do. Now when we separated, like, you know what I'm saying? Not me personally, but I'm saying if I had somebody that was separated from me, I would try to do everything in my power to be a dad to my child. Now, if the mama is pew pew pew, shoot me down, pew pew pew, you know what I mean? Hey man, it's only so much I could take. Any man, it's only so much you could take as a man.
But the pew
before
pews.
you say fuck you. I love my baby. Hopefully my baby knows my name when my baby turns 18. I'm there. The mama ain't got shit to do with it. Hopefully my baby remember me, but I'm gonna keep fighting for my child, man.
Okay, but look, take that out. Okay, take that out. And I can say that because I am in that position that you're talking about right now. I'm in that position.
Yeah.
All right, but we got to let's take all the excuses out. We want to talk to the ones that's just being deadbeat dads for the sake of being some deadbeat
Just for
dads.
the sake big. All right,
Yes.
I got you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like them either, though, man.
So what are we doing about them?
Here's
I mean?
here's what needs to be done. We need to stop making excuses and letting these motherfuckers off with all these, oh, hey. You know, I've been going through this now for 15 years with deadbeat dads. I'm kind of fucking over it. I'm at the point where I ain't going to say nothing no more. I'm here to help the kids. And then the moment that you stop that process, that's when I'm going to look at my podcasting friends to bail me out of jail because I ain't got nothing else to say.
Damn.
Hey,
I'm straight coming with a left hook. I'm a Mike Tyson your ass. Even if you're knocked out, I might chew on your fucking earlobe because you're not hearing what I'm saying anyway, and it's not registering. And I'm done trying to help, man. I've been, like I said, not everybody, but I've been doing it for 15 years. It's over. I'm not trying to help. You can lead a horse to water. You can't make it drink.
Hey, those guys, they have mama complexes too, man, to where somebody's taking care of them.
Mhm.
So how can they take care of anybody else?
DJ,
You know what I mean?
Boy, if you don't know if you hit the nail on the head, listen. I'm who said this? We were doing a fellowship maybe a couple weeks ago, and somebody said that a woman cannot raise a man.
Facts.
Okay, I was waiting for y'all to say something.
Yeah.
Facts.
But a
Big
woman
facts.
cannot raise a man. Now, that's coming from somebody who grew up in a single parent home, but I had uncles who showed me the best way to go. If you've never been around somebody who teaches you things, how you know, even down to the minute things, shaving, changing the tire, oil, opening up a door, walking a woman through a crowd, holding her hand, and you pulling her through a crowd and things like this, you'll never understand that from a woman. And that's not being a chauvinist pig, and that's not being anything other than somebody who's learned from men. You'll never have that ability. And a lot of men nowadays have this emotional, everything's emotional. And you can see that based on being raised by women. Now, maybe we should have a woman on here that can kind of counteract that. But the truth is, men are not, we do have emotions. Let's get that out of the way, but we're not emotional driven creatures. So when shit happens, you see a lot of guys who will get in an argument and can't say things like, hey man, I spilled your beer. I apologize. Let me buy you and your girl another beer. I'm sorry. Versus, nah, fuck that dog. You disrespecting me in this club in front of my woman. And now I got to pull out my gun to kill you. We got a lot of that going on nowadays. And I think the biggest thing is as we get pissed off at conservatives, and even Obama said this, that we have a issue with fatherless men, not even just black.
Yeah.
Everybody has the issue of fatherless homes. So this is conditioned into our human psyche to be someone who is sitting here begging the question of what the fuck is going on. We have the answers. Now, how do we fix this? Is it the system? Is it the way that we vote? Is it the total system that has ruined our communities when it comes to fatherless homes? And that's going to take us into our next segment. But I think absolutely we have a system that is set up that has destroyed communities. We have a system of people who number one think it's easier to not be in the relationship. If you have that baby, have responsibility, regardless of what the struggle is. You're gonna have to deal with it. My sister used to say, you have to pay the cost to be the boss. We have a system that says, let me give you food stamps, let me give you government assistance, let me give you all these things, and we'll replace that as the father.
And by the way, if you
issue.
don't, if you have a man in the house, you're not gonna get that stuff.
No way. They
Well,
expect that man to go work.
I'll take that to another level. I'm trying not to be personal with this shit because it's so deep, man. It's levels to this shit. And people only see things as what they see on the news. They don't
on
understand.
the surface, boy.
Yeah, they don't. They don't see shit deeper than what's going on. I was in a situation where I was with somebody that I was on child support when I lived with them, but the system says, "Go ahead and do that because I'm the one who's gonna supply it for you, not him." So you got to look at the system that was created in order to understand what the fuck is going on. This is something even with the Willie Lynch syndrome. If you have not looked at the Willie Lynch syndrome,
please
look at the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Please do.
Read it and understand it because the same shit that he talked about in that letter is the same shit that's going on to this day. And we are buying on into this thing. And let me go ahead and get your final thoughts on now fuck the final thoughts on this. Hey man, listen, the no snitching thing is bothering me. The no daddy speaking up in the fucking community is pissing me off because if you ain't a daddy in the home, there's some daddies in the neighborhood that ain't doing shit either. And when you have a neighborhood full of we all know there's only a few knuckleheads that are causing the trouble, right? If it's gangs or whatever, we should have some kind of churches. Our mayor should be in the cities, our city council, our superintendents, our police department should be in our community saying something, not to arrest people, but talk to people and figure out what's going on and why you trying to kill everybody and what's going on. And if we're not doing that, that's the fucking issue. That's the issue.
Let me say something about the no snitching thing.
Hey,
the no snitching rule only applies. Like, let's say all four of us commit a crime all together. We agree we about to rob a bank, all four of us.
Yeah.
Now, the no snitching applies to just us four. Now, if you Mary Joseph or little Jim Bob or whoever the hell standing on the corner and you witness something across the street happen, hey man, that no snitching does not apply to you, bro.
That doesn't apply.
Hey man, if that was your family member, or let's say my cousin get killed, Aaron, and you see it and you don't tell, man, me and you gonna have beef.
We gonna have beef.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
no
beef.
snitching does not apply.
And you know what?
Man.
Or not involved in the crime.
You know what's really gonna be fucked up? We know so many people. We know so many people that's gonna hear this and say, "Hey, that's fucked up." Hey man, if that's fucked up, see about me.
It's fucked up only when it doesn't apply to you.
It doesn't apply to you.
If I had a couple family members that got killed.
Yeah.
Nobody seen nothing.
Nobody
you don't see nothing. It's 45 of y'all out here. Y'all don't see nothing.
But we ain't snitching, DJ. That's what we doing. That's how we do it.
That's what I'm saying. It does not apply.
It don't apply to people who don't have who don't have a sense of human concepts in this world. A sense of what's the word I'm looking for? The people who don't value life.
Right. Because everybody who has lost a member always putting up a poster. If you've seen this, please call this number. We want you to snitch.
But the person who's seen it helped you print out that fucking poster and ain't gonna say that.
But I ain't
snitches me off.
Right.
That don't make you any more of a man. It don't make you any more of a man.
It don't. Hey man,
that's the opposite. As a matter of fact.
Hey,
help Nick find some justice.
Find me some justice. I mean? Jump in here, man. We need all perspective because everybody. That's the problem. Everybody's too.
So first of all,
jump in.
I hate the bust your bubble. My dad taught me better. I'm not gonna rob no fucking bank, dog. You're on your own. It's just gonna be three of y'all.
hey, you gonna at least draw the car though.
We gonna drive. We gotta have a white man drive the car. We gotta have a white man drive the car. That's the only way we gonna get out.
Man, I don't even know what to say because, like I said, I'm an extremist when it comes to stuff like this. I'm still like caveman style. Like I just beat the girl over the head, drag her back to the cave. That's how I feel about some things. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not gonna ask. It's hard for me to take on responsibility for ignorant people and people committing crimes. And I saw him do it, but I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't want to be no stitch. You a bitch, and you're ignorant. And this is why we have this issue. There's too many uneducated, ignorant people in this world doing shit like this, and that's part of the problem. Like,
careful now.
That's just me. I'm just telling you, man. I'm just like.
Now remember what bubble we're in, Nick. We're talking about what's going on in the inner cities.
Hey man, stop being stupid then. Stop committing these crimes. Stop putting yourself in these positions. Stop doing it, man.
I was gonna throw you under the bus right there, but I ain't gonna
throw me under the bus. I'm okay with it. I'm a grown up. Like I said, I told you guys before we started this conversation. I'm.
Are you saying the niggas are ignorant?
I'm saying people.
Oh, okay.
People.
I'll
If you want to classify it as that, I'm saying.
I'm just fucking with you, nigga.
Everybody.
I was just throwing it
I
out
know.
there.
Well, I
mean,
mean,
talking about
technically,
inner cities. I'll just
technically,
niggas.
Ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So he's not lying.
And real quick though,
go ahead.
Is Lil John just is he flying or is he sliding on something in the background? So he scared me. I was like, what was that?
It's flashed like a bug, boy.
I told you, no, he on a skateboard doing his thing, man. I'm trying to tilt. Let me tilt. Nah, I ain't gonna tilt the camera up.
Nah, let it go, man. Let it go.
Live doing his thing. The boy just trying to entertain me.
That was dope. Hey, I dig it though.
He about to come back one more time for a pass. Look.
Hey, he freaked me out. So hey, I was like, what is that?
It's some real exorcist stuff going on in the back.
Well, check this out, man. I'm going to segue off to from this topic. I would love to do final thoughts, but I think we will be on this for a long time. There are some things that need to be done in our communities. I don't shy away from Donald Trump sending in these federal agents to these major cities: Chicago, Baltimore, Dallas, Minneapolis, Seattle, Tacoma, Kansas City. And all these mayors have filed lawsuit and said that we don't want these federal agents in our cities. Nick, you were talking about let's not be so political. I think we need to talk about what's going on in our society right now, what's important right now. And everybody shies away from it because we want entertainment. And you know what? I don't want to be entertained right now. We got our fucking sports back. Cool. I'm worried about what's affecting me now. For years has been what's been going on in the White House. Now these things are affecting me in my front door. We have protests all over the country. Black Lives Matter. We have Antifa. We have white supremacists. We have Donald Trump. And I'm not trying to put those two together. We have so many things that are going on that are very important that are touching us at our front door. And sometimes somebody got to say some shit about it. We have a president that is very divisive. I don't know how the fuck you want to say it. Somebody who's a polar in our community, Donald Trump. And he's going up against former Vice President Joe Biden. And I'm going to take the lane of being, hopefully, is it objective? Which means not having an opinion?
You're on the side of the facts.
I'm on the side of the facts.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be objective in this for a few minutes, and then I'm going to dive in on this shit. This week, he's going to be picking his vice president. And I'm going to take the forefront on this, and then I'll let you guys have it. We have Kamala Harris as his top contender. These are the top contenders. Elizabeth, and I appreciate you, Dre, for putting this list out here. We have Kamala Harris, Stacey Abrams, Susan Rice, Val Demings. We have Keisha Lance Bottoms out of Atlanta. We have Governor Whitmire. I think, is she in Nevada? Nevada? So. No, that's New Mexico, right?
No, that's what's her name? Grisham.
Okay.
Michelle Grisham. She's the governor of New Mexico.
New Mexico. We got Karen Bass, Grisham. Then we have Duckworth and Tammy Baldwin. And then I will throw in
so it sounds
Elizabeth
like
Warren.
A bunch of women. Is this?
Yeah, they're all women. They're all women.
Is this just a push to get a woman in the office? Is that what this is? Because it sounds like.
It is, but let me update a little bit, Aaron, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Do your thing.
I'll give it back to you.
Do you think?
So right now, the top contender is, we already said, Kamala Harris. Now, what I've been reading is that there's some issues with that one. Okay, there are a lot of people who are silently opposing her, but there are also some people who are openly opposing her, and more than likely, two really important ears in Biden, or two really important mouths in Biden's ear, his wife Jill Biden and his sister I can't remember her first name, but it's Biden Owens. Now, these two supposedly don't care too much for her. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't agree with them. Right. One of the problems is that can she be trusted to not throw him under the bus over her own agenda? Right. But she's still the top contender. But you got to also look at Susan Rice, because she's known Biden the longest because she served under Obama as the national security advisor. And then you also have Val Demings, right? But she's starting to wane a little bit too, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but she was a former police chief in Orlando.
Yeah.
And they had some issues with use of force down there. They were actually 20% higher police force use of force than in Baton Rouge, and they're basically the same city, same population, same all that. So she's kind of the public is starting to wane on her. So with that in mind, go for it, bro. What you got?
Look at all the Democratic run cities, and then look at who's our lineup for potential vice president for Joe Biden. I'm a person who looks at what's been going on and what have you done for me lately. The Democratic Party. Now, mind you, I was excited when Barack Obama ran for president. Black man, very eloquent, dude can speak. He had the swag. He basically he's the man when it comes to being flamboyant. Now I ain't gonna say flamboyant. The motherfucker can move, but I voted for him the first time because he's a black man, and I thought that was important for the country. However you want to swallow that, take that pill. I voted for him because he was a black man. I'm going to be honest. I did not look at the politics. I looked at this motherfucker and said, yes, we can. And we can move forward and this, that, and the other. But then about 3 years into his shit, I was like, hey, man, you ain't really helping me the fuck out. It ain't touching me at my front door. So I'm going to be honest. I ain't scared of y'all. I voted for Trump. After Obama had his time, I voted for Trump because there were certain reasons that I wanted to vote for him. And now we're coming around and we had Hillary Clinton 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, coming in. And to me, it was the same old. And even now, it's the same old. And I'm not being objective anymore. I'm telling you my opinion. Black people are usually more conservative in their voting. And you look at this list of people: Kamala Harris, the lady out of I believe it's we got Elizabeth Warren.
Can they cook though?
I was waiting on you to say that.
Can they cook what?
I mean, meat. I mean,
hey, Susan Rice looks like she can cook though.
With a name with Susan Rice, she better be able to cook. Her last name is Rice. Want some fried rice, chicken fried rice.
Bottoms looks like she can cook too.
So
stir it up.
Stacey Abrams, she look like she can eat.
I'll give you my 2 cents on the whole situation.
Nah, she cool
here.
though.
I don't vote, man. So it's like when it comes to politics,
I'm not going to attack you on not voting. I'm not going to attack you on not voting.
Here's the reason why, though.
I think it's important. I think it is.
Name the last person you voted for that actually fucking was worth a shit, to be honest with you. They all start off really well, you know what I mean?
Your governor.
And then it all goes to shit.
My governor.
Which one? The one that was partying down at the Lake of the Ozarks? I'm down with that. Good for him.
That's the mayor.
Whatever. Same thing.
That's the mayor of Kansas City.
I don't know. I don't vote, and the reason why is because I honestly don't feel like there's no such thing as an honest politician, man. And the older I get, the more I feel like this is more corrupt and it's all about money and power, and I'm not going to have any of it. So fuck it.
I feel like y'all standoffish on it because it's not something that we're all comfortable with. But as older, I ain't going to say older men who are getting up there.
Mature man, brother.
Mature men. I think that this is something that needs to be important to us. I don't think everything in our lives nowadays is not funny, haha, and jokes and sports. I think that these things are touching us at our front door. Most people are looking at, let's be honest, black folk vote Democratic. You know why? Because my mama's mama did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that we have to break away from that mold and say, let me look at what's fucking around at my front door. Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump ain't showing up my barbecue bar mitzvah. He not kissing my kid on the forehead and none of that shit. What's important to me is at the local level. Taxes, when it comes to my superintendent, when it comes to the sheriff, when it comes to roads, those things are important to me. So voting at the local level is more important than voting at the office and the seat of the president.
Absolutely.
You guys agree or not?
Absolutely.
I agree, man. When you get the people in at this local level, man, it kind of goes in your favor in the long run.
Yeah. It touches everything that you got to do on a day-to-day basis, including, guess what? Your gas prices, how your kids are being taught at school. Those things are important. If your city gets locked down, who's that go through? That goes through from your governor to your mayor, and your governor say, hey, I'm gonna give this to the mayor, and then the mayor can just go ahead and fuck your life up and say, we closing down everything. So,
and you can get at him. You can get
right. He lived down the street.
Yep.
Shit, you can get at him anyway. Twitter, hey, 4:30 in the morning, them motherfuckers is up.
Look, man,
we're gonna go toilet paper his trees real quick.
I don't care
why
what
not?
I don't care what these people say
Right.
about Abbott. That dude's all right with me, man. I didn't like him when he was the DA though, because you know what they handle. Aaron, you know better.
Yeah, I look at Greg Abbott as one of the guys that if he ever ran for president, he would be one of the better presidents out there. So I'm all for Greg Abbott. I really don't care what people think about what's going to happen in the next 4 years, but I don't think.
I say that I like him, man, because yes, he was one of the first governors to go open up the state, right? But this guy, he had the courage to admit that he was wrong and to pull it back. Now, he didn't close up the state, altogether, but he did the right thing, right? And I can admire that, because nowadays we just don't see that. We don't see politicians admitting when they're wrong and correcting course.
See, and I can already see we got a little bit of I wouldn't say disinterest. I'm thinking like this. Listen, we all go to the gym. Have they shut down the gyms in Texas?
Some of them, but mostly no.
Kansas City, have they shut down the gyms?
Nope, but they just passed it to where you got to wear a mask now.
I'm in there. I just moved back from Washington State to here. They closed the gyms up there, and they closed the gyms about a month ago here in Arizona. So you see how the little things that we love fuck around and touch you at the door. So that's why I tell people all the time, when it comes to voting, it's fucking important. Now, when it comes to Kamala Harris, I think she's going to be the number one leading person when it comes to
but listen, I thought Warren stepped down so a minority woman can be a running mate for Biden.
The whole minority thing is just a ploy to get nigga votes.
Yeah,
it's a ploy to get black votes. Period.
There's a lot of things that are always ploys and backdoor ways to try to get that vote. It's a lot of us that don't vote, and if they can get a lot of us to vote, that usually sometimes.
Oh, I lost you.
We'll come back. Hey, so let me say this, man. I'm looking at this list, and I've got to say, man, based on my research, man, if I got to pick somebody on here that's got, because we all know that the vice president is going to be the most important. That pick is going to be the most important play in this election, right? Because Biden's up there, right? So even he says it. I need somebody that can be ready to be president day one. I'm looking at this list, man. I got Susan Rice, man. I don't trust Kamala Harris at all.
Damn, he said Susan Rice. Man,
I can't.
The world wants Kamala Harris. They want her because they see her as strong, melanated woman.
I see her as a backstabber, man.
I see her as a backstabbing criminal. I see her as somebody that's going to set this country back. I see her as the president. Let me tell you why. I told you guys this maybe 4 weeks ago. I said that Joe Biden's going to be president. Something's going to happen in his mental. They're going to something's going to happen, and then she's going to end up being the president of the United States. Even further than that, I think they're going to disrupt the system so much that Congress is going to end up having to determine who the president is. And I believe that they want to get what's old girl's name out of California?
Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi in there. Hey, man, the Democratic Party, to me, now, this is not me being objective. This is me having my opinion. The Democratic Party has been running all these cities. And again, I was going back to what's going on in all these cities when it comes to crime, when it comes to Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and all these things. Those are all ran by Democratic cities. Now, why would you vote into a system that's going to continue to give you the same exact shit every single voting cycle? Why would you throw the minority vote to something like that? Can anybody answer that question? Why would we do that?
Man, that's a hard one, man.
No education, man. That's the main thing.
I agree with that.
We want what sounds good at the moment, and they know just how to give it to us, that little tickle in the ear.
Mm-hmm.
But then we don't go and follow through and hold these people accountable.
Right.
Like, we can go out here and ask anybody on the street, hey, what has your congressman or congresswoman, what bills have they tried to pass, or what's going on with them now? Right?
Yeah.
Nobody can tell you that, man. They don't know.
It's I think it's dream season. I think when you look at the president and congressmen and your two senators and you vote them into office, they have no fucking clue what's going on when they get into those levels. So they can throw you a sales pitch and a dream and tell you all these things that we're going to do. And then when they get in
Once
there,
they get in there, yep.
They got a lot of shit on their table that they got to deal with. So what's crazy to me is, DJ, you expect the president to fix something within 4 years, but you got congressmen, senators who have been here for years and years, and
12 years still ain't done shit.
Yep.
So isn't that a telltale of the story? Stop fucking worrying about Donald Trump. Yes, Donald Trump is a fucking racist, but which one of them ain't been racist except for the black man that was in there? Which in there has not screwed up and did us a disservice? It sold us a fucking dream, and then set up and did us a disservice. So let's get off of that.
You wonder why he's got rid of so many people that's been, you know what I'm saying, Congress and people that's been behind him.
Yeah.
Because when he got in there, he thought he was going to be able to just do whatever the hell he wanted to do.
Right.
It's rules to this shit. It's rules. You can't just come in
rules.
Doing stuff, pointing.
I always thought it was rules. His mother said rules.
It's rules.
Not rules.
That sounds like something I'm going to put on my sauce.
Hey,
some rules.
Rules. It's rules to it. You know what I'm saying?
And you right about it, man. So, you know, I think that for me, voting is important. It's important to get your ballots however you want to get them. If you want to mail them in, if you want to stand out there and vote, I think it's important that everybody has a voice, and our voice is the vote. If you only look at the presidency and then so you're going to be a straight ticket voter, it fucks up the system. You're really not thinking I call you a low information voter. I think everybody has
It's a lot of those, man. It's a lot of those.
And a lot of them look like you and me.
I'm going to keep it 100.
It's a lot of them look like me and you.
Hey, I'll be lazy sometimes. I'll go straight ticket.
Let's not do that. I think
I got my first top 4, and then the rest of that, I'll be like, yeah, all the way down.
Click.
Yeah.
I don't think this is not the time
Unless
to
it's
do
something
that. We
particular
got so much
that I'm looking for as far as what I want, like schools and, you know what I mean, the budget for that, like things like that, like the sheriff. Then if that's other stuff that I don't care about, straight take it down.
So the American voter is just lazy as fuck then.
Lazy. It's lazy. It's a lot. People don't know. It's a lot though, man. It's a lot.
It is. And I think we need to fix that. And that's the only way we're going to have change when it comes to like what we've been talking about today. Fatherless homes, crime in these cities, voting for people who have our best interest at heart. If we don't do our own due diligence, then our country is going to fall to the wayside. I don't think people are understanding how important it is when it comes to our freedoms, when it comes to COVID-19. I know politics is not important, but it affects every single one of us. And if we just look at it in a way where we're being objective instead of being involved, we're going to get fucked over like we've always been getting fucked over. And if you're comfortable with that, continue to vote straight ticket. And I'm being a politician right now. Continue to vote straight ticket. Continue to allow these politicians to take your money, take your vote, and skew what you said that you wanted them to do, which is make change. And if we're not going to get out there and vote, you get what you pay for. You're going to get the Seattles. You're going to get the Kansas Cities. You're going to get the crime, and then little babies are getting shot in the face every single day because we didn't do our fucking part. So, since everybody's all somber right now,
hey, I was gonna say, man, I don't want to put no inner city killings on no politicians like that, though. But I mean, I feel what you're saying, though. I feel what you're saying.
So let me put this out there too while we're talking. Maybe this week I can see if I can find some time to post some different resources for people who are looking about voting. But just know that for you all who are really, really lazy, the Secretary of State for your state is involved with the voting. Okay. Right. So go to your local, your municipal websites, start finding out about these candidates. But the Secretary of State is in charge of voting for your state. So there's a place for you to start.
Right.
Research, folks.
Do your part. And like I said before, politics is not the most popular thing. And the big thing for me is when we talk about Mondays over Friday, we want to bring the issues that affect people. Everything's not a fucking joke. There are people dying out here right now. There are things that we give to politicians the ability to make moves on our part. And when they circumvent that power to doing their own thing, I got a problem with that. And I'm not talking about Democrats or Republicans. I'm talking about all of them that are in the public eye. We got so much going on in the world where it's crime, death, and we gave them this power. And all we do is sit back and let them make the rules. And that's no longer should be the case anymore. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make sure I get out there and vote. I may not vote at the federal level when it comes to the president, but I will be voting at the local level. And I think that's very important. I'm not going to close out the show with this. I think we got some other stuff to talk about.
Hold on.
Tonight.
Little lightweight baby question, though. Baby question.
Baby question.
Hey. Not about no damn babies, but about the shit that we talking about, though. You know?
What?
Not no baby question.
Go ahead.
But like a little small question about what we already been talking about.
Go ahead.
Hey, man, you think we gonna get out of November with an election? With all this shit that's going on with this COVID and everything?
Yeah, I'll take it. I got a whole lot of shit to unpack.
I mean, that's why I called it a baby question. I need a baby answer.
You don't want the truth?
I mean, you can't suck in a whole lot of air to come out with a whole lot.
Dre, go. You go ahead. Damn, did your mic go mute? Okay, I'll go ahead and get it. Because Nick's over there enjoying baseball. No, I think
get it, man. Get it.
This is my honest opinion. I think that all these groups and protests are going to push this to a point where we don't have a clear vote in November. I think it's going to be kind of like the Bush, Michael Dukakis. Was it Dukakis' name?
It was Bush.
Not Dukakis. Who was
it? Bill's vice president. Gore. Yeah, Bush.
It's gonna be a thing where he's going to be the. I think Congress is going to end up having to decide this one. Oh. Everybody keeps saying things like Donald Trump is not going to give up his power easily. Yeah, bullshit. I mean, they got rules for these things, and they got ways to get this dude out of here.
Did you say rules?
They got. They have rules.
Hey, look. But at the same time, fellas, there are things that he can do. Donald Trump is really good at loopholes, bro.
Yeah,
he's been doing it all his life.
That's where I'm getting at, though. You know what I mean?
He's not a dummy. So, will we have a president in November? I honestly think not. But if we do get a president, it's not going to be Donald Trump. It's going to be Biden. Biden's going to get sick somehow because he's a fucking mental case. And then we're going to end up having Kamala Harris as our president. And then I think the devil's going to show up and take us home.
I'm going to go ahead and get my, I think Ghana, they trying to recruit people to come over there to live. I might be headed over there, bro.
I ain't going to live in no other motherfucking country. I think the United States is the greatest country on earth. We got sports, we got guns, we have freedom. I'm not going nowhere. If anybody wants to leave their country because some shit's going on, you's a punk and you need to get kicked in your ass. This is the greatest country on the planet.
You come see me then, Nick.
Oh, we got Monday over Friday beef.
That's black on black. We got some black on black crime, man. Hey, listen.
Depending on where you're at, it could be an inner city crime.
Well, listen up, y'all, man.
Else in inner city, so
we always want to talk about the issues that are affecting the world. Sometimes things ain't gonna be jokey joke. Sometimes things gonna be serious. So one of the things that I always tell people is, I love everybody, but I really don't care about anybody's opinions. These are the things that are important to us, and we need to touch on them. I don't think that there's any other place that you can come get the straight up truth, raw talk, the way we're gonna give it to you. So I encourage you guys to continue to check out our show. We have a lot of fun, and not everything's going to be serious. Our next show is going to be a lot of giggle and ha-ha stuff. So today was just one of those days where we had to touch on some stuff, iron out some of our technical difficulties that we've been having for the last couple of weeks. But we encourage you guys to keep showing up, keep coming with us, having fun. Mondays over Fridays, and that means so much to me because I want to get my week lined up. I want to get the best news. I want to get the most fun. I want to get the real talk early in the week, and I want to predict my week based on the things that are going on in the world. And if we can't do that, you know what, it is what it is. I don't want to live for no Fridays no more. I want to live for every day. So this is Mondays over Fridays. I thank you guys for joining us this week. We'll see you.
Before we pop out, dude.
Go ahead.
That's that shit bull of the week.
Oh, did I miss it?
Ooh. Talk to me, boy.
I missed the shit bull of the week. My bad. Okay. What's the shit bull of the week?
We went to Florida Marlins with that COVID.
We just gonna throw the whole. We gonna throw the whole Major League Baseball.
The whole Major League Baseball, bro.
19 of them.
What'd you say?
19 of them.
19 of them, dude. 19 of them positive. And then when they were playing the Phillies, they got it because they were in Miami. It's kind of Rob Manfred's problem too. Dude, they shouldn't have been playing in Miami. I mean,
what's wrong with Miami?
Well,
Florida.
Yeah, Florida. I mean,
they hot down there, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same as Arizona? We got shit going on too here.
Nah, they one of the hot spots.
Yeah, they're.
What you mean? Kick it spots or just hot?
Nah, hot like with that COVID hot. Burn your ass.
They got that Corona clap.
I mean,
right.
Damn, he said Corona clap. But what'd you say? Was that the owner you talking about, or the manager, Nick?
Oh, the commissioner. Manfred.
I was the commissioner. I don't know who the commissioner of baseball is. I don't follow baseball like that.
Was it Manfred, right?
Yeah, Rob Manfred.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with the commissioner? I mean, everybody else, you're responsible.
Well, shouldn't have been.
Well,
they shouldn't be playing in Miami, dude. I mean, it's not a bubble. I mean, there's going to be people coming there. You know, basketball, you know, they got a lot less people, you know, to worry about. Whereas in baseball, you know, you got a whole nother team of, I think, where they travel with 30 people now. So you got 60 people plus the umpires. I mean, it's just a lot of people. And the Florida has been a hot spot. So, I mean, they should have found a designated place to play besides bringing people into a hotspot, getting off airplanes, being, you know, in places like that to be exposed.
I think it's going to be a hotspot if they was playing in buttfuck Egypt. I mean, it doesn't matter because, I mean, COVID is not going to be.
But if you look at it, you know, if you look at all the reports, though, Florida, New York,
not so much.
Seattle. Yeah, New York's, they've been dying down, but like initially those were all the hot spots because that's where everybody travels from out of the country in. You know, it's a lot of people going there. I just don't think it was a good idea to have them in Miami, to be honest with you. They should have had it somewhere else, to be honest with you. I'm surprised there hasn't been more outbreaks like in Tampa and stuff too.
It's one of those things where it's you're not going to smother the virus. The virus is here. We're going to have to deal with it. 99.9666 people survive COVID. So it's something new. It's something that I believe that was created in a fucking lab. We're gonna have to deal with it. Shutting down America, shutting down the world. Actually, not shutting down the world because everybody else is healing except for us. Shutting down America in sports is not going to smother COVID-19. Let them boys go on out there and play. They know the risk. Like football players, you can go out there and break your neck, but you don't even know if you got COVID-19. Hey man, go do what you go do, make that fucking money, and let's get these sports going. It is what it is. I'm kind of over this shit. I'm tired of COVID. So let them go out there and figure it out, man. Go on out there and play these games. Why are you pointing at me like that? You mad? True story.
No, I was laughing at that commercial that's on TV. It's on mute, but I know what he's saying. It's the
you watch too
Geico
much
commercial.
TV.
Hey, no, it's the Geico commercial. What's old boy's name right there, dude?
DJ Khaled, when he was
DJ
brushing
Khaled.
his teeth, he was
That's
like,
just terrible.
Tiny
another
circles,
one.
Devin.
Another one.
Another one.
This shit's funny as hell.
Put in that work, Devin.
That commercial is funny as shit, but it's trash at the same time.
It's funny as
Another one. Well, anyway,
Tiny
folks,
circle.
this has been Mondays over Fridays. Again, I want to iterate that everything that we do is not going to rub you the right way. We're not going to have a lot of fun sometimes. We're going to have some conversations. It's going to fuck your day up, but it is what it is. We're the ones going to talk about it. Everybody else is going to avoid it, but I thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. Again, this is Monday over Fridays. Peace.